In 1946, the Appalachian town of Athens, Tennessee, was the site of an armed insurrection. In the 1930s, a political machine was taking shape in McMinn County, led by a man named Paul Cantrell. Using his family's wealth and connections with the popularity of the Democratic Party under Franklin Roosevelt, Cantrell won the sheriff's election in 1936. Then he made a change to how his deputies got paid, which ultimately led to a rebellion. That change? Well, he stopped paying them a fixed salary. Instead, they earned a percentage of any fines they collected, which were paid into court. One problem, though. These deputies were now incentivized to get as many fines as they could to increase their own pay. And this they did in any way possible. For example, on Saturday nights, as Greyhound buses rolled into Athens, the sheriff's deputies would board and make questionable arrests of many of the passengers for being drunk, for loitering, and for resisting arrest when they questioned what was going on. And as you can imagine, every arrest came with a hefty fine. We're talking 100 to 120 arrests every single weekend. But that's not all, folks. Athens had its share of supposedly illegal roadhouses and bars, unofficially allowed to operate, under one condition: pay a fee to the sheriff's department. In 1946, after World War II ended, 3,500 battle-hardened veterans returned to McMinn County, making those GIs over 10% of the McMinn County population. These vets had seen it all: Iwo Jima, North Africa, D-Day. But when they came home, trouble was on the horizon, for the good sheriff saw not military veterans who'd served their country honorably, but, yeah, you guessed it, more fines and more fees. Deputies saw them as a potential gold mine and tried to shake them down at those roadhouses. But those vets were having none of it. Instead of meekly paying those fines, they decided to fight back at the ballot box. They organized an opposition, a nonpartisan opposition. And before long came the 1946 election. Huge police presence, veteran poll watchers, and vets who were not about to back down when it came to doing what was right. On election night, a dispute arose over the ballots at several polling places. The veterans' candidates wanted to make sure the ballots were counted fairly. The powers that be, though, refused, securing the ballot boxes under their armed control at the jail. This resulted in veterans taking matters into their own hands. They raided an armory, secured weapons and dynamite, and before long there was a standoff at the jail. Both sides engaged in a gun battle, with the vets refusing to give up. When their firearms proved ineffective, the vets remembered a tactic they'd used in Europe: Molotov cocktails. But these had little effect, so they resorted to dynamite, blowing up the jail's front porch. This explosion marked a turning point. An ambulance soon arrived at the jail, appearing to offer help. Unbeknownst to the vets, it was now State Senator Cantrell, again running for sheriff, and his former deputy, now Sheriff Pat Mansfield, making a hasty retreat. After they left, more dynamite was thrown, causing even more chaos. Finally, the remaining deputies surrendered, and the situation was under control. In the end, after that wild day of gunfire, dynamite, and chaos, the veterans secured the ballot boxes. And after a lawful tally of the votes, Knox Henry, the GI candidate for sheriff, was found to have won in a landslide over Sheriff Cantrell. Cantrell resigned, along with his main deputy, and Knox Henry was appointed to finish out the remainder of his term until his own term began. A postscript to this story: the GI officials who were elected declared they'd limit their salaries to $5,000 and return all fees exceeding that amount to the county. This marked a significant change from the previous administration's practices. So there you have it, folks. The Battle of Athens, a story of justice and democracy in the heart of Appalachia. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more incredible stories of Appalachia. Thanks for watching.